Are you ready for a fun summer? Are you ready to come travel and have a good time? Well, start saving because it's not cheap.
I'm so quiet, I can hear the sound of silence. Got it in your arms and I'm falling asleep to your heartbeat.
Guys, so today I decided to make a little video on how to kind of get a work and holiday visa and what to expect with it and what to do and how to plan and da-da-da. Because I am here in Australia. I have been here for 4 months, almost 5 months now, and I'm leaving in a month. So that will have been about 6 months total that I've been here, which is, to me, a great amount of time. With the work and holiday visa, you can stay for up to a year, but I decided to leave a little bit early because I want to go home to summer because the seasons are opposite and it's getting summer back home. Anyways, I have some notes here. I'm just gonna kind of tell you some things that I learned along the way, some of my research, and just kind of compile it into one video in case anyone out there wants to come to the land down under. Let's get right into it. So my biggest _1 tip for a work and holiday visa is apply as early as possible. It's not cheap to apply. It was like 400 Australian dollars to even just to apply, not even for anything, just to apply for the visa. And which, by the way, it's work and holiday visa 462 is the visa that I got. I'll list the website in the description box that I found it and where I applied and all that good stuff. I don't really remember all the questions, but it just kind of goes through a background check and you enter all your stuff. And I got my answer with less than a week, and it says it can take up to 4 to 6 weeks, but mine came in less than a week. So yeah, that's why I think you should apply early. Like I was saying, it's not cheap. And whenever I was first applying, I didn't originally know that I was actually gonna come. I just was like, okay, well, if I get the visa, then I'll come, because I've heard that the visa isn't that easy to get. They only allow a certain amount of people in the country from different places. So like they allow a certain amount of American visas, Europe visas, like wherever. So I just knew that ahead of time, so I went ahead and applied early. So yeah, that's my #1 thing. And another thing is save up as much as possible, because currently, I don't know if how long it'll stay like this, but the US dollar is better in Australia. So most time that I've been here, I'm not sure what it is to this exact date, but it was every Australian dollar was 75 cents to the US dollar. So anything I bought with like an American card or whatever, my money went further here than it did back home, which is awesome. I managed to make the money I saved last so much longer than anyone humanly should. Another thing that's huge is accommodation. So I know there's so many different options. I personally at first was just renting someone's room for a month, and then I stayed with a friend for about 2 months, and then I stayed with another person for a month, and then rent is like crazy expensive here. So then I landed upon this au pair job, and that's where I am right now. And I wish I knew about it sooner. I would have stayed much longer if I knew about this sooner, because it's an amazing opportunity. You get to live in, you don't have to pay for rent, you don't have to pay for food in my scenario. Yeah, it's good. You should be an au pair. If you're planning on working when you get here, so with the work and holiday visa that I'm on, you can stay with one employer for up to 6 months, and you can stay for up to a year. And I know that if you want to apply for a 2nd-year visa, you have to do farm work or something for a certain amount of time, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, so that was like kind of my biggest struggle, was figuring out what to do. Like if I wanted to work, I managed to not work for about 3 months, which is crazy. But that's how much I saved up, because I knew for a long time that I was coming. So yeah, definitely explore your options when it comes to work. There's all different types of programs that you can be on that are specifically designed for people who are here on a work and holiday visa, that puts you with different people in your age group and whatever. But I know it costs a certain amount of money to even be involved in those programs. And I already had some friends here, so I just didn't find it necessary. But maybe if I didn't have the friends here, then maybe I probably would have done something like that, because it's a really great opportunity to get involved with people your own age and meet friends and all that good stuff. And then whenever you do get a job, you're gonna need a tax file number. It's really easy to find on the website, but you can't apply for that until you get to Australia, because you have to put your local address and they'll mail it to you. So that's just, if you do get a job that's taxed, that's how you get that tax file number. But don't worry about that until you get here. Another huge recommendation I have is, as soon as you know that you're gonna come here, go ahead and open an Australian bank account while you're still in the States or wherever you are. And start, if you can, go to your bank, organize it with your bank, and start going ahead and putting money into that Australian bank account, because it is not easy to transfer money once you're over here, because you can't call home because you have an Australian phone number. That's something I need to talk about as well. You can't call home. All the office hours are different times because the time schedule. I'm 16 hours ahead of my friends and family back home. So it's just next to impossible to make those types of phone calls. And you can wire money and take out money on a debit card, but my base recommendation is go ahead and put money away, especially if the US dollar is good to the Australian dollar. You can go ahead and make that transfer and get it while it's good. Huge recommendation. So phone, what you want to do is just wait until you get here and make sure that you have a phone. Make sure you have a phone that has a SIM card slot in it, and all you have to do is go to like Tesla, what's it called? Octopus? It's not Octopus. Opus. Tesla, Opus, and those are the only ones I can think of right now. Vodafone. Tesla, Opus, and Vodafone, those are like the main phone carriers here. So you just need to go into one of theirs and get a prepaid SIM card, and they'll give you a phone number. It's super easy. I just pay mine once a month, and yeah, it's super simple. And plus, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. Wi-Fi in all the cafes. You can pretty much get Wi-Fi a lot of the places you go, but it's not expensive to get a phone. Another thing about working is it's quite easy to get a job in hospitality here. I personally did it for a week and then I got fired because I hated it, and they were treating me really poorly and paying me under the table, and it was just really sketchy, the whole thing. So I personally hated it, but that was just my experience. You can find hospitality jobs anywhere. It's pretty easy to find a job. Seek.com.au is the main like job website. You can find all sorts of jobs on there, and that's how I found some jobs. I had a few interviews, but some of the jobs required me to wear business casual, and I obviously didn't pack business casual, so that was that. Speaking of packing, it's very important to pack smart. If you're coming to Melbourne, pack for all the seasons, because you will get 4 seasons in one day. I'm not kidding. You will get a different season every hour. Like right now it's sunshiny days outside, but in an hour it could be pouring rain. You just never know. I was so unaware of that whenever I was coming here. I had heard it before, but I was like, yeah, whatever, like 4 seasons, whatever, I can deal with that. No, it's true. It gets freezing, it gets raining, it gets sunny, blistering hot, it gets everything. So yeah, pack smart, just pack smart. Don't forget your converters. Also pack light, because the shopping here is really good. To all my people out there who love shopping, shopping is so good. Chapel Street is like my favorite place. I probably go there at least once a week just to shop up and down. It's so good. Oh, one more thing, tipping. You don't tip at restaurants, just a side note. I just thought of that. Transportation is quite simple here. There's PYT, the Public Victoria Transport, I think it's what it's called. You just get a little card and it's like 10 bucks at a 7-Eleven, and then you just top up your card, but make sure you top it up. You can't top up once you're out of station on your phone because it takes hours and hours for the transaction to go through. But yeah, it's super easy. There's an app for, let me check out what the app's called. Oh, it's PTV. So yeah, there's a quick app and you just enter your destinations, and it's so simple to figure out. Don't use Google Maps, because every time I've used it to get on public transport, I get lost. And then Uber's big here. I ride a bike everywhere. It's real super bike friendly. You just have to be really careful. Make sure you have a helmet and lights and all that good stuff, and you'll be on your destination. Also, I'm pretty sure anytime you come to Australia, you're allowed 2 suitcases. So think about that accordingly if you're coming for an extended period of time, because you don't want to jam pack one suitcase over 50 pounds because you're allowed 2, so why not disperse the weight accordingly. Okay, so for my females out there, packing your makeup, that was one of the hardest things for me, but what I did was I just used one of the huge Morphe palettes with so many colors, and that's what I use daily. I can create so many looks with that. But a tip I have is bring essential oils. I know that sounds cheesy and hippy-dippy, but it's so true. I use my essential oils all the time. It's so cheesy of me, but it really does work, especially lavender. I love that essential oil. But yeah, so that's kind of all the tips I have for getting a work and holiday visa here in Australia. And I know there's a lot of questions to be asked. I had so many whenever I had so many before I came, and I just couldn't really find many updated resources in order to find stuff like that. So if you guys have any questions about it while I'm still here that I can still answer for you, let me know. I've absolutely loved my time here in Melbourne. Australia will always have a place in my heart. It's like such a dream come true to be able to spend a summer here, and I had the best time of my life. Memories that I will always look back on, and I'm so excited that I had such a good time here and I figured everything out. And yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, post them below because I'm happy to answer any questions if I've forgotten anything, or if there's just something else you want to know, or recommendations of places to go, things to do, people to see, because I've done a lot of it. Also, if you have recommendations of things that you think I may have missed out on, let me know because I have a month left and I want to see it all. So yeah, like and subscribe to this video if you'd like to see more videos like this, and also I make health and fitness videos and food and makeup and a little bit of everything. So yeah, thanks so much for watching.
I'm so cracked, I can hear the sound of silence. Out in your arms and I'm falling asleep to your heartbeat.